Welcome back to this time in the simulator battle with the Panzer IV. It will be a bit more drawn out game because yeah, I tried to not be as aggressive as I'm sometimes in simulator battles, which gets me killed a lot faster than I like to. The faster playstyle probably is more suited for RB and AB games, but in SP I know that I have to turn down a bit, but sometimes I'm just not doing it. In this game I tried to be less aggressive, and it worked out reasonably well, I think. Being more sneaky and trying to do more of the hiding and ambushing that you really should do in Sim. At the start I decided to set up my position around B and defend, especially because this is what game is this? Looks like a 5.0 game because of the KV1, so there is the possibility of or maybe 5.3 even of comets and fireflies and headcats, which can just zoom over here and capture B very fast, and that's why I'm here. It's only a AI tank with a friendly Panzer IV on the other side of the map over there, near the small village. And I'm just scanning the area at the start to find out where the enemy is concentrating its forces and where they're trying to make an attack. Not really sure who put up the smoke here. Because I haven't seen a friendly with smoke discharges over there. You know what's going on. But I decided to make a peek over this ridge line and see what's going on, because I heard the M10 killing some AI units, and we knock out an AI as well, which was not very useful, probably even bad, because now the enemy has a good idea where we are. But luckily this M10 didn't pay attention. Sadly, there's already planes flying around, and they will spot me pretty easily now. And we knock out the M10, but an IL-2 has destroyed my tracks and my transmission, so I'm a sitting duck here. And here he comes. Rocket to the face. And they blow up. We will see this IL-2 player earlier. He's in the IL-2 the whole game. After this, I decide to make an attempt to shoot him down. I'm not I can't remember, but I think I mess it up. I also have a bomb loaded, so yeah, that doesn't help with maneuvering, and the enemy has a bunch of planes, at least 2, as far as I know. So my mission is to just make a quick pass over the fighting area and get rid of the bomb as fast as I can. Scanning the surroundings if there's some base campers around, but didn't spot any. Now we're picking up some speed. Looking for any movement on the ground or any shots. And we only spot enemy planes, which is bad because we're in a bad position, and yeah, P-51 is at our tail. And the P-51 is just a better maneuvering aircraft at this low altitude, in my opinion. I just decided to ignore him and get rid of the bombs, because most of the time the battle is won on the ground still, so not in the air. And we find an unfortunate ASU-57, which is not the best target for our 250 kilogram bomb, but at least it is an easy target. But now, yeah, the P-51 has me. I'm low, I'm below 400 kilometers an hour, which is a pretty bad situation to be in a 109, especially in the later, heavier ones. And I can't really do anything. The P-51 maneuvers better, has bigger wing surface. Overall, the better plane for flying around slow and low. So it didn't start really well. We only got 2 tanks, died twice. Teams are still pretty even, so yeah. And they have definitely the advantage in the air with IL-2s and P-51s. Now I decide to move to a different position, more to the right flank of the map, because as far as I can hear from the shots, we still have some tanks on the far left of the map. Only the right flank is completely open. All of our friendlies got killed there. At the same time, I also try to stick to rocks and buildings and trees as good as I can to conceal myself a bit better from the aircraft. Because if you stand alone in an open field without trees and rocks, it's pretty easy to spot them, even if they're a bit high up. Only if you're part of something that looks nearly as you do, rocks with some bushes around, then it can get pretty hard to spot you. Or if you're standing right in a tree, it's also pretty hard. As long as they don't have ultra low graphics, which, yeah, I think every War Thunder player knows what big of an issue that is. Even though in the last months I haven't really noticed that many ultra low quality players, if any. And I stopped right in time to let the IL-2 miss the rockets. Because he was already leading for my driving speed. A P2 or P3 is also flying around. Panzer 4H team killed another Panzer 4H, which is a bit silly, but yeah. That's what happens in sim games, sadly. Here I saw a shot coming from the right, but I wasn't sure if it was the friendly or the enemy, but I quickly realized, well, oh no, that was the enemy tank, and I'm still not seeing him. But I will be very soon. Oh, at least I'm going to see him very soon. And there he is. He's over there on the left. But he has seen me as well. So what to do? What to do? He used the better armor. Faster reloading gun, as far as I remember. Luckily, he bounces on my heavily front armor. So here we can, and he fires on the move, the second shot, and misses. Aircraft drops a bomb, destroys everything that has to do with driving in the tank. And now I have to repair. And I'm also getting shot at from the spawn. And we have a rough idea where he is. Bounce on his gun mantlet. And the next shot goes in the side armor. Luckily he over-angled. I think I would have a very hard time to pen him if he was angled against me. And IL-2 makes another attack run. And I decide to shoot him. And we hit him in the fuselage. And as far as I know, we get the crit on the elevator section. At this point, I'm still a bit baffled that he is still flying around. IL-2 or the P2 getting scared of my machine gun fire for some reason. He could have killed me easily here. Luckily, he did do it. And now we got the kill on the IL-2 because oh no, we didn't. We only got the damage marker. But the IL-2 we hit, he won't be able to perform a soft landing. He will crash on the runway or somewhere in the field. and we will get credited the kill for it. Which was very important because that IL-2 player knew what he was doing. The kitty guy. He was pretty capable of flying an IL-2 in my opinion. At this point, all the players in our team who did something are all dead. And only the players who were very passive are still alive. But I would not count on these guys to do something for a game, so I decided to go to A and defend the guy who's capping. And here we get the kill for the IL-2. A very important kill, because if you try to cap in sim, which takes a very long time in battle mode, and they still have a lot of planes up, then yeah, good luck. They can blow you out of the cap circle very easily. So our next position is around this barn here. Helping to cap wouldn't do any good. In War Thunder you cannot cap any faster with more tanks in it. And it also doesn't make any sense to sit in the cap whilst the cap ticker is going down. It will go down even without any tanks in it, as long as you drove through it. So I'm gonna wait and see if the enemy will show up. I had a quick heart attack over there, thinking that the Panzer IV was an enemy, but luckily it wasn't. L2 is still flying around, so the second L2 apparently. A second Marder coming in as well. They are now all sitting in the cap. And now they are getting shot at. From over there, in that direction, in between the cliffs. I'm only seeing the gunfire, but at the moment I don't have a real firing solution, and I don't want to let the T-34 know that I'm here. I want him to move a bit more forward. Luckily, the plane who tried to rocket me here missed. Otherwise the game would have ended here for me. And a 410 is coming in. Not sure why he didn't move forward. And now, because of the new position, I have a good firing solution on the T-34, and we pen him in the machine gun port in the hull, which knocks him out. So now, because of the plane, I think the other IL-2 crashed. So we're now in a position where they only have 2 players left. And yeah, we know that they are coming from the spawn, which is a big plus in sim, if you know from which direction the enemy is coming. I'm still a bit nervous about the planes, hoping that the ME410 would take it, but the ME410 decides to fly into the ground. And luckily the IL-2 does the same. Luckily, no ace pilots over here, and another T-34. We knock his turret out, and the second shot pens the hull, and that's the game. 6 tanks, 1 plane. I think that was a decent game for Panzer IV age. Yeah. See you guys.